Welcome back, IED. My Catawans. Today we're going to take this whole drawing and make it into a working drawing. So to this point, you should have completed the little drill block, which has 4 holes in it. If we think back to our previous, we've been using the visual style to double check our work. If we look at our wireframe drawing, look at our front view, we've got a through hole. We've got a countersink to a specified depth. I'm sorry, a counter bore to a specified depth. We've got a countersink to a specified depth, and we've got another counter bore that goes all the way through. All right, get back to my main view here. Now, our next step is we want to be able to communicate this. Now, we've done the first step. We've created the drawing, but we want to be able to communicate this. As a design engineer, it's great to do this part, but how can we make this so that someone else can understand what we're talking about? If I just look at this, that doesn't really give me enough information. So we use a tool inside of Inventor called Whole Notes, which will let us communicate this to someone else. So let's go ahead and go File, and we'll go New. And I would like you to use your Inventor drawing sheet. Let's see, make sure you're in your templates. It should be right there. Put in your name. Scale, don't worry about it. As far as your class, put in IED 4th hour 2020. I want to see that it's your work, so we can hit OK to that. And you should have this populated. Your name should show up here. My name, your teacher, shows up here. The drawing name will populate once we put that in. The date when you created that drawing should populate there, and then your class. Okay, when you submit this assignment, I am going to want to see this entire document so that I know that it's your work. Now, if you get into this and you forgot to put this information in here, you can go up to the title block and hit plus. And the field text, you can just click on that, and then you can enter that information in. Okay, so that's one way you can go back and do that part. Now, we want to create that drawing. If we think back to what we are trying to do, we are trying to create this drawing right here. So we're going to create a top view. Actually, we're going to use the top as our front view. So we're going to create a front view, side view, and then we're going to create something called a section view, which I will walk you through. Okay, well, we're going to show the section view is actually, we'll think of that as the bottom technically of our drawing, because if this is our front and this is our side, top would go above that and bottom goes down below. For the sake of what we're doing, I want to be able to see the holes, add hole notes, but I want to see a cross section of this to see exactly what that looks like. That should look similar to the view that we've been bouncing in and out of with Inventor. So let's start out by going to our base view. Oh, shoot, I didn't save my part. Let's go back here to that part, and we'll file. Oh, I better save this. We're going to call it 1.3.1b whole note underscore my name and hour, or initials and hour. And make sure you have it saved in the right spot. I'm going to put this on my flash drive. You guys will be saving this to your Google Drive. Make sure that you are putting it into your Inventor folder inside your IED folder, please. All right. I'm going to get to the correct spot for mine. Let's see, IED 2020. And there's my Inventor 2020. Come on. Open up, and we'll save it. All right. Yeah. Just that reminder, you have to have your part saved before you can create your drawing. Now, we're on our drawing sheet. Let's go ahead and make our base view. Now, I don't want that view. I'm going to turn this. Using my view cube, I want to be able to see those holes, all right? And I can drag this guy up here, put my side view there, and that's where we're going to stop. Other than, let's change the scale. I think we can make this about a 0.75 and hit OK, and we should be in good shape. And there is our drawing. Now, this looks confusing and messy, and with what we're going to do, we don't need that. So let's go back to our drawing. If we right-click, we can edit our view, and we're going to make this hidden lines removed. Hit OK. All right, so we've got a top view. We have a side view, and then we're going to work on the cutaway view. All right, we'll get there. First things first, we have holes. One of the key things when we were working on annotating things earlier in our class, we had to put center marks on these. So let's go ahead and go to our Annotate tab, and we'll use our Center Mark tool up on the ribbon under the Annotate tab. Okay, put a center mark on each of your holes so we have something to dimension to. Okay, now let's go ahead and dimension these. First things first, what's the overall dimension? We know it's 5. What's the dimension to each of these holes? 1. 1. Make sure they line up nice and neat so it's easy to read. And we can skip the last one because we know that these are all, if we add them all up, the last one is going to be 1 inch as well. All right. Oh, forgot one dimension. Actually 2. What's the width of this one? Right there. Actually, the depth is 2. And then the height is 3. All right, so we've got the dimensioning done. All right, so that's pretty easy. I hope by now we've done a number of things with that. Now, here's the fun. We get to add our hole notes. If we go up, we're still in the Annotate tab, and there's a little tool right here called Hole and Thread. Really makes this pretty easy. If I select this, if you've done your work right in the IPT side of things, all I have to do is select this hole, drag it up and out. There is that 0.5 diameter through hole. I come up to this one. That one is a 0.38, 2 inches deep, and our counter bore is 0.75, goes down a ½ inch. Take this one. That means it is a 1/4 inch diameter hole that goes down 2¼ inches. Countersink is a 1 inch countersink at an 82-degree angle. And finally, the last one, I'll pull that over here so it's easy to read. And we've got our hole notes done. Now, a couple things. This is not a 0.38 hole, is it? Okay. We need to set the precision on this. Now, this one's fine. That matches our drawing. You'll want to compare this to your notes. We'll go up here, and if I right-click on that, we can edit the hole note. Okay. Again, how did I do that? I went up to my hole note. Now, I've turned all of my drawing tools off, so I have nothing lit up here. If I right-click on this, and I can edit the hole note, and I get this whole new screen up. And what we're looking for is precision and tolerance. Precision and tolerance. And this is a good place to take some notes because I will expect you to do this. Select precision and tolerance, and we're going to go up here and uncheck the use global precision. All right, if you're taking notes, which you should be, uncheck use global precision. Now we can come down here, and what dimension was off was the diameter. Our diameter said it was 0.38. Well, our diameter should be 0.375. So what we're saying is this one tells you what's the precision setting. So we can change it to 3 decimal places, and I hit OK. And OK, notice how this 0.38 became 0.375. Now, you'll have to change that for each note. This one looks like that matches our numbers perfectly. This one, it looks like the depth of our counter bore is incorrect. So same thing again. Come up here. If we right-click, edit our hole note. What's off is the depth of our hole note. So again, let's go to precision. Turn off the use global precision. And we want to change the depth, right? The depth. Change that to 3 decimal places. Hit OK. And it changed that to 0.625. All right, we're just about done. However, if I'm going to clearly communicate this to a technician that's going to build the part for us, we want to be able to see this more clearly. So the last part we want to do, or one of the last parts we want to do, is add what's called a section view. All right, so we've got the basics done here. we're going to go up here to place views up on the tabs. Okay, we want to project a view. Okay, we're going to create a section. I'm sorry. So place views and create a section view. The section view lets us cut away half of the part so we can see what it is we're trying to work with. So what view? We've selected section view. Now again, if you're getting ready to do this, I would strongly suggest you take some notes. To create a section view, we've gone to place views on the tabs. Step 2, select the section view tool on the ribbon. Next thing you need to do is select which view to work with. We're going to select our front view. So when we hover over it, that little red dotted line pops up. Click on it. So there's our view. And what we want to do is we want to make a line all the way through. Now, I could easily click here, but you'll see in a moment that if I put that dot right there, it makes it hard to work with. So I'm going to put my dot out here, use my inferred point. So find that green dot, then move myself out, click, drag all the way through. It gets you a nice horizontal line. Click again, and now if I drag, it's doing some other funky stuff. I don't want that, okay? I'm done. If I right click and I continue, there is my section view. Okay? There is my section view, okay? And just like that. So let's do that again. I'm going to back that up because I want to show that to you again. So we've gone back to our Place Views tab, come down to Section View, and we're going to select this view. Then hover so we get the green dot, move our mouse out to the left, click, drag it all the way through, click, and then right click. Okay, tell where the ends of the points are, click, click, and then we right click to continue, drag that straight down below it, and we can right click, and I think we're all good. There's our section view. Now we can see the cutaway, much like we saw in our view on the IPT side of things. Now, if you remember, we're missing one thing, aren't we? We're missing our isometric. How do we put an isometric in? Back to base view, okay? Basically, let's go here, and let's just find an isometric just like that. That's fine, okay. Let's drag that guy into place. Right click and edit our view. We always want to have that shaded so we can see that better. There's our part. Let's do that again. Okay, I'm going to delete this guy. If I want to place an isometric, I can just go to base view, and it pops up with what we normally think is the front view of this, but we're going to go to, we can even go home view. There we go. And we can select shaded right out of the gate if we'd like. Hit OK. Drag it into position. Just like that, you've got your what we're going to call our front view. We've got our side view. Our bottom view in this case looks like our section view. Now, notice I've got some text down here. It's not showing up real well, so I'm going to move this guy up a little bit, see if I can't move things, and then my section shows up on there just fine. Now, here's these arrows we talked about. A, so it's showing section AA, and the scale 0.75. And just like that, you've got your working drawing done. So there's two parts. Create the IPT, create the IDW, and then you'll just do a screenshot or a snip of this and place that into the assignment document. Make sure I can see your name. If we go ahead and we save this file, we can save that, make sure I'm in Inventor, and it's going to leave that same number, which is same name, but it's going to put an extension of point or a .idw at the end, meaning it's a Inventor drawing file. We'll save that, and just like that, you've created whole notes in Inventor. All right, hopefully you've taken some notes. I've left this as just a YouTube video and not a Edpuzzle, so you can pause and work if you need to, pause and take notes, but it's strongly encouraged. Take some notes because I will expect you to complete this process. All right, thanks for watching and have fun, my Catawans. See you soon.